should be recording. Okay. Let's get on the road first. Okay, we're going to start this off by talking about what happened on Halloween 2018. Okay, so me and my friends, who will definitely remain nameless, we wanted to go to a Halloween party, as most college kids do on Halloween. You know, makes some sense. And there's a little cottage close to our campus that always has parties going, especially on big events like Halloween and fucking any weekend. So we're all in my dorm, and we're trying to figure out something to do. So, you know, we hit up our friends. We're like, what's the move tonight? Where are we going? And everyone's like, well, head to the Retreat in Orlando, the cottage place close to campus, and there's going to be hella parties there that night. And so me and my friends are like, I bet, whatever. There's probably about, I think there's 7 of us because there are 2 of us sitting in the trunk. And so we drive there, get to the parties, and we show up at this one party that has like probably 10 people there. So we're like, all right, whatever. We're pretty early. We can stay here for a bit and see what happens. And so it's exactly what we do. We stay there, and me and my friend, whose name I can't fucking say, we start playing beer pong. The girl I'm playing with, her name's Christina, and my roommate, his name is gonna be Josh. So Josh and I play beer pong all the time. It's like one of our favorite games. We just play water pong. It doesn't matter. We don't have to be drinking. It's just fun. And once we get to parties and we're drinking, we're even better. So we're hanging out. We get there, and we decide we're gonna play beer pong. And he's on the other team with one of his friends, and I'm on my team with my friend Christina. And Christina is also pretty decent. I mean, she's pretty decent at beer pong. So I'm playing with her, and we end up beating my friend, Josh. We end up beating Josh. So then these other people step up. At that point, I've had like 3 or 4 cups of jungle juice, which is probably like a third vodka. And I have a Jello shot, too. So that's how much I got in me. We're still playing beer pong, and all of a sudden, the biggest party at Retreat gets shut down. I don't know if cops came or if the people who own the house are just like, there's 400 kids. There's close to 400 kids there. There's 400 kids there, and they just need to like get the fuck out of here. So with 400 kids there, like a quarter of them try to come to our party. Not my party, but the party we're at. And we get probably about 70 kids in this downstairs little living area. So you get like about 70 kids down to this downstairs living area, which is way too fucking much for this little fucking area. And you know, we're vibing, there's music playing, and all of a sudden someone turns off the music, and everyone's like, okay, what the fuck? Why'd the music stop? So okay. So I'm still playing beer pong at that point, and these couple guys jump up on the counter in the kitchen, and 3 out of the 4 people that actually lived in that apartment, they're like, fuck it, we don't really care. Like, whatever happens, happens. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. But the other one comes down, and he's like, hey, you guys need to get off the fucking counter now. And one of the guys is like, what the fuck did you just say to me? So, you know, they're fucking arguing. I mean, obviously the dude who owns the apartment is in the right. Doesn't really take a genius to see that. But, so they're arguing, and my buddy, Josh too, both their names are the same. So Josh too, he comes up to me, and he's like, hey, I think we're going to get out of here because this shit's probably about to go sour, especially with people probably going to fight now. And I'm like, all right, whatever, cool. I'm going to see if they have any booze I can take. So I check their fridge, and they have 3 bottles of champagne. I don't know why they have champagne. They just do. So they got 3 bottles of champagne, and I grab one. And I stick it in, I was dressed up with a hot dog, and I was wearing a dick on my nose. So I stick it in my costume, and we start walking out of there. Oh, well, we're hanging out for a bit. I have this thing in my costume. I'm like, yo, we said we were leaving soon. Like what's happening? And I was like, yeah, whatever. We'll leave soon. Like, I want to keep you know, partying here. Like, there's no music, but everyone's singing. We're all singing fucking Mo Bamba and Migos and shit like that. And so we're all singing and shit, and I'm like, fine, whatever. We can just hang out here for a bit. So I'm just in the kitchen talking with a couple of my other friends, too. We're all just waiting to leave. And all of a sudden, you know, kind of see lights outside, and we're like, okay, what the fuck? And then we hear somebody yelling, yo, fucking 12, we got to get out of here. So, obviously, the cops are here now. So I take this bottle, and my buddy and I, Kai, we'll call him Kai, we just sprint out together. We're running through the grass. We're trying to get out of this, like, cottage. We're trying to get far enough away to where none of the cops come and try to get us. I mean, not like they'd really do much, but nobody really wants to get caught by the cops. So we're running, and we see there's a house. There was a house playing Fuck the Police by NWA, so that was fucking funny. Like, the cops are just standing there looking at the house, and it's not like they're doing anything wrong. There's been no noise complaints filed against them specifically or anything like that. So, not like they can really do anything. So, there's another house that starts playing Mo Bamba from their speakers. So everyone's like, all right, that's where the party's going to be at then. So we all sprint to that house, and we get inside. And once inside, I pop the cork off the champagne. Pretty cheap champagne, but it tasted decent. But I popped the cork, and I downed like a quarter of it. My friend's like, hey, save some for the rest of us. And I was like, fuck that. I stole this. This is mine. So I ended up giving him a little bit, and then I chugged close to the rest of it. My friend, let's call her Jasmine. My friend Jasmine wanted some too, so I give Jasmine a little bit. She drinks like a gulp maybe, and then gives it back to me. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. You think that I gave you some, and you really didn't drink any, so I'm chilling. So I down the rest of it, and then we spend the next like 10 minutes trying to find our friend Josh too, because he's the one that drove us there. Yeah, so we go looking for Josh too. We call him a few times, we can't find him, and then all of a sudden he finally answers his phone when Josh 1 calls him. So he's like, yo, I'm at the original party we were at, because there's a few people here, it's pretty chill, it's not like they're going to check the same place twice. And I was like, okay, that's pretty valid. I mean, I don't know how right you are about that, but whatever, sure. So we go back there, and it's not lit at all. There's no music playing, there's just a few people like running around talking. I think one of them's outside smoking or something like that. And it's whatever. So where am I? Anyway, so we get we get there, we're hanging out, it's not very lit, and my friend steals like a bottle of hard apple cider or something like that. He's like, just to keep his buzz going. I was like, oh, if you're stealing a bottle of that, then I might as well get the next bottle of champagne that they have. So I hop in the fridge, and I was like, yo, hand me that. And so this guy I met there hands me the second bottle of champagne, and we leave. We were going to go to, there's a nightclub here called the Night Library, Live. Everyone calls it Live. So we go to Live, and well, we're on our way to Live. Let's say that. We're on our way to Live, and so we're leaving that party. We walk outside, and as soon as I get outside, I pop the cork and start drinking this. Start drinking the champagne, and at that point, I get through about half the bottle. We get to the car. So this was in the course of like 2 minutes. Like, I'm just chugging this thing. I get half the bottle down, and my friend Josh is sitting in the back of the car. So I tell Josh, I'm like, look, Ty and I, we're going to sit back here, and we're going to split some of this. I'll pass it forward to you, but if you're back here, nobody besides me is getting any, because I didn't want to sit up in the middle and get squished. I wanted to chill in the trunk, just doing my thing with my buddy. So, anyway, he lets me and Kai have the back, and we're sitting back there, and I drink the next quarter, and Kai has a couple gulps, pass it up to Josh. He has a couple gulps, and I get it back, and they're still like, I don't know. They barely put a dent in what was left. So I don't know what they were doing, but there's actually more than a quarter of the bottle left at this point. And so we get to Lib, and there's no way they were going to let me in with that bottle. So I put it in my costume, and there's a little like wooden fence around Lib, but there's no security there. So I'm trying to hop this fence, and this guy who can clearly see how drunk I am comes up to me, and he's like, yo, I got you. And I was like, bet, okay. So he pretty much picks me up and just lands me over this fence. So I'm now inside Liv. I got the bottle. I go inside, go to the bathroom because I've had like fucking who knows how much liquid at that point. Man needs to pee. So I go to the bathroom, and I'm chilling in there until, you know, there's a line, whatever. I do my business. I come out, and my friend Kai just got in. So I'm like, yep, you're lit. You're who I'm spending the rest of my night with. Let's fucking go. So we go on the dance floor, and, you know, we're walking through. I knew that my friend Christy, let's call her Christy. I knew that my friend Christy was there, and she's in my English class. She's a fairly attractive little lady. So that's kind of a creepy way to say it. Sorry. Anyway, I know she's in there, but we're not really like looking for her. I just like kind of have my eye out like where we're going, that like she might be there. So I get into like this. There's this back part of Lib, which is all like shitty EDM music, but there's a bar back there. So we head back there, and I see my friend Christy. So we hug, like kind of dance for a sec. She's more like having a conversation with someone else. So Ty and I are like, whatever, it's cool. We leave. We go try to find more girls, and so we're dancing with this group. Probably, I think there were 2 girls in it. It was 2 more girls. I have no real idea because this is where shit starts to get fuzzy. So I think it's 2 girls, or at least that's all I remember. Anyway, the 2 girls, we're dancing and everything, and like one of them, she just stops dancing. So I'm like, hey, no, you got to keep dancing. Come on. And she's like, excuse me, I have a boyfriend. I'm like, okay, well, first, we've been dancing for like 30, 45 minutes at this point, so I don't know why this is just coming up now. And second, I didn't say come dance on me. I said dance with us, including your girlfriend. Or, not girlfriend, but you know what I'm saying. So, I pretty much leave them. I was like, that's not the kind of attitude I want to be with right now. This whole, like, he's just trying to fuck me attitude. I mean, I was looking to fuck, but not her, because I could tell she had a boyfriend, and she also, you know, wasn't exactly who I was looking for. And, yeah, so anyway, leave her, go try to find other girls. And at that point, it's like 1:50, and I had no idea what time it was. So I'm trying to find other girls, and I meet back up with Ty. And as soon as I meet back up with Ty, the lights come on, and the bouncers are like, "Yo, everybody, real quick, get the fuck out." So we get out, we're leaving, and you know, there's a Jeep outside. They start playing Mo Bamba. I have no idea what this obsession is with Mo Bamba. But they start playing Mo Bamba, and this guy, I'm pretty sure it's his Jeep, he gets up on top of it and then invites this girl up there. So they're up there dancing. They're having a good time. And I'm down there at this point pretty much drunk off my ass. Like, never been this drunk at this point. Or at this point, I've never been this drunk in my entire life, which, you know, kind of fair. Just got into college. So we're outside, and I'm, you know, dancing outside this car because, you know, I'm retarded at this point. And at this point, I'm like retarded, and we're just hanging out, you know, outside having fun. And the bouncer comes up to us, and he's like, "Yo, so this parking lot's for Lib, which means it's also closed, and you need to get the fuck out of here." So we leave. We get back to the dorm at my school. I live in Apollo. It's probably like half a mile away walk from Neptune, which is where we end up going because we had to drop other people off. So I get to Neptune, and everyone's like, "Dan, you are way too fucked up. You need to stay in the car." So I stay in the car for about 5 minutes, and everyone's out of the car, and they're all talking, and I'm like, that grass looks pretty comfy. So I get out, and I lie down on the grass, you know, like a normal person would sometimes if they're really fucked up. I'm lying on the grass, and this girl has been trying to get in my pants the entire time I've been here. And she's a little drunk. She's not that bad. She could still stand up straight, fine. She could still talk, you know. So she comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, we're fucking tonight." And I was like, "Why not? Sure, whatever." I can't even see your face. There's like 8 of you right now, but I'm sure I can stick my thing in your hole, you know, wiggle around a little bit. Fuck it. So I'm still chilling. She's telling me to get in her friend's car because they're gonna go to Insomnia Cookies, which you might be able to see when I pass it. I don't know how far this camera will see. It's right over there. You might be able to see it. But so they're gonna take me there, and then eventually her friends are like, no, you are too fucked up to go anywhere right now. So they go to take her back to her room, and I'm talking to her friend who has the car, and I have no idea what his name is, just that he introduced himself as the gay friend. And then every other word out of his mouth was because I'm gay or because I'm not straight. So I'm going to refer to him as the gay kid. Because if you want to identify yourself as the gay kid, then that's how people are going to identify you. So the gay kid and I are talking, and he's like, "Yo, she's too fucked up. even if I was straight, I wouldn't fuck her right now because of how fucked up she is. And I said, I'm easily twice as fucked up as she is, and she has already given me consent before to have sex. I talked about this with her. I said, look, I can't fuck you when you're drunk because you can't give me consent, and I don't want that to bite me in the ass. And she said, you have consent to fuck me whenever the hell you want to. And I said, okay, whatever, because I didn't think I was going to fuck her. But I do have that. So at this point in time, she leaves with her friend, and I was like, okay, I thought we were going to fuck, but whatever, like, I'm chilling. It's not a big deal. It's no biggie. We chilling out here. And we get to a point where, okay, so she's left, and I am like, yeah, I'm going home. I'm going back to my dorm in Apollo. Or at this point, I start walking, and I text my friend Julie. Let's just call her Julie. I text my friend Julie. I'm like, hey, I can barely stand at this point. Is there any way I could come hang out in your dorm for a few minutes, just like get my act together? And she's like, yeah, of course. Like, no big deal at all. So I go to her dorm, and I'm sitting in there. And, you know, sobering up a little bit, drinking some water, just chilling for a sec so I can, you know, regain my consciousness. And so I regain my consciousness, and I tell her that, okay, I'm good. It's, I can make it back now. Probably have to go to the bathroom at some point, but, I can go piss in a bush or something. So I wasn't worried. And so I'm walking, and I'm leaving her dorm. I'm in the hall, and I get a text from that girl, and she's like, hey, you're coming up to my room right now, and we're fucking. And my drunk ass was like, if you say so. So I get on the elevator, I go up a floor, and I head right to her room, because I haven't been there before, but I've seen her room before because it's right next to one of my better friends down here. So I get to her door, I snap her, I'm like, hey, I'm here. And the last thing I remember is I was sitting in her bed, I come outside of her room into like the hallway, not the main hallway of the dorm, but the hallway like inside her suite. And I come out in the hallway, and she's standing there with her friend who doesn't have pants on, and they're talking. And I'm pretty sure it was about how sober she was and how sober I was. But I don't know 100%. But the last thing I remember is I shut the door, and she had to find her key because the door automatically locked. So she's looking around in fucking cups for her key. And then I remember being in bed with her, and she's like, no, you have to stay longer, stay till 4:30. And it's like 4:27, and I'm like, nope, I'm leaving right now. You don't get 3 more minutes, because I need that 3 minutes of sleep. So I pick up my hot dog costume, put it on, and I start walking back. I remember peeing a bush, and that's about it. And I remember being in my dorm and going to sleep. And that was my Halloween 2018. It was definitely a lot like funnier if you were there. Also, this story wasn't necessarily meant as a funny story. It was more like when people say college is wild, you don't even have to be with wild people to make college wild. Like my friends, they are definitely not, you know, the wild frat boys or anything. They're just normal kids, and we are all way too fucked up on that night. So you don't need like fucked up friends to have a really fucking good time. Also, you're gonna get drunk enough to where you'd fuck anything that moves. And it wasn't so much I'd fuck anything that moves at that point. It was more like I wanted her off my back. She hits me up whenever she's drunk to fuck. And I always tell her, nah, I'm too tired. So now, we finally fucked. If she hits me up again while she's drunk, I'm going to be a little bit upset because, you know, I don't need that in my life. I don't need to keep fucking people that I don't think is attractive. I got other people. Everyone got other people. So, yeah, if you like this video, subscribe. If not, suck my dick. Don't really care about your opinion. And also, make sure to leave a like on the video. Bye-bye.